Hello students, today's class is Unit 10 She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Goldsmith. Oliver Goldsmith, he lived between 10 November 1728 to 4 April 1774. He was an Anglo-Irish novelist, playwright, dramatist and poet who is best known for his novel The Vicar of Wakefield in 1766. His pastoral poem "The Deserted Village" came in 1770, and his plays "The Good-Natured Man" 1768 and "She Stoops to Conquer" in 1771. It was first performed in 1773. He is thought to have written the classic children's tale "The History of Little Goody Two Shoes" in 1765. She Stoops to Conquer is a comedy by Oliver Goldsmith, first performed in London in 1773. The play is a favorite for study by English literature and theatre classes in the English speaking world. It is one of the few plays from the 18th century to have retained its appeal and is still regularly performed. The play has been adapted into a film several times, including in 1914 and 1923. Initially, the play was titled Mistakes of a Night, and the event within the play take place in one long night. In 1778, John O'Keefe wrote a loose sequel, Tony Lumpkin in Town. The play is notable for being the origin of the common English phrase, "Ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies." Title. The title refers to Kate's ruse of pretending to be a barmaid to reach her goal. It originates in the poetry of Dryden, which Goldsmith may have seen misquoted by Lord Chesterfield. In Chesterfield's version, the lines is Christine Reed. The prostrate lover, when he lowest lies, but stoops to conquer, and but kneels to rise. The following characters are appearing in this play. They are Charles Marlowe. Charles Marlowe, the play's central male character, is a modest and well-educated man who has set out to court Kate Hardcastle, believing the Hardcastle home to be an inn. Marlowe is rude to Mr. Hardcastle, whom he thinks is the innkeeper. Marlowe is extremely shy around upper class women, being a nervous, bumbling fool in their presence. But around women below his status, he becomes a confident and dashing rogue. Miss Kate Harkers is the other central character and the one who does the titular stooping. She is the daughter of Mr. Hardcastle. She shows her father great respect and love. Unlike Mr. Hardcastle, she appreciates the town and all it offers. Kate is cunning, posing as a maid to deceive Marlowe, attracted as he is to women of lower status. Into falling in love with her, Kate sees that in order for her relationship with Marlowe to blossom, she must drastically alter her personality. The next character is George Hastings, friend of Charles Marlowe and the admirer of Miss Constance Neville. Hastings is an educated man who cares deeply about Constance with the intention of fleeing to France with her. The next character is Tony Lumpkin, son of Mrs. Hardcastle and stepson to Mr. Hardcastle. Tony is a mischievous, uneducated playboy. Mr. Hardcastle, the father of Hardcastle, but he is mistaken by Marlowe and Hastings as an innkeeper. Mrs. Hardcastle, wife of Mr. Hardcastle and mother to Tony. Mrs. Hardcastle is a corrupt and eccentric character. She is an overprotective mother to Tony, whom she loves, but fails to tell him he is of age so that he is eligible to receive €1,500 a year. Miss Constance Neville, niece of Mrs. Hardcastle, she is a woman whom Hastings intended to court. Sir Charles Marlowe, an aristocratic gentleman and father of Charles Marlowe. He follows his son a few hours behind. Summary of this play. One of the 18th century's most enduring comedies, She Stoops to Conquer takes a comedic, often farcical look at the behavior and martial expectations of upper classes in England at this time. The play centers around the desire of Hardcastle, a wealthy landowner in the country, for his daughter Kate to marry the well educated Charles Marlowe. Together with Marlowe's father, Sir Charles, they arranged for the younger Marlowe to visit the Hardcastle's house and court Kate. However, Kate is less than impressed when she finds out that Charles is extremely shy and reserved around ladies. Despite his otherwise strong and respectable character, she therefore owes to herself that she could never marry him. Before Charles and his friend, George Hastings can arrive at the house, they are waylaid by Mr. Hardcastle's stepson at the local alehouse. A mischievous joker, Tony Lumpkin, persuades them that the Hardcastle's house is in fact the local inn. Thus, when Marlowe and Hastings arrive, Marlowe treats the Hardcastle family with impudence and disrespect, falsely believing them to be servants there. In order to get to the bottom of his true character, Kate disguises herself as a maid, and comedy ensues as Marlowe makes love to the maid and disregards her father. Meanwhile, George Hastings is thrilled to find his true love, Constance Neville, living at the Hastings house through the scheming of Mrs. Hardcastle. She is due to marry Tony, even though they can't stand each other. Realizing that this is the opportunity to get out of the marriage, Tony helps Constance to retrieve her inheritance and gets his mother out of the way by dumping her in a local horse pond. Finally, as Marlowe's father arrives, all is put right and Charles Marlowe is mortified by his behavior. Forgiving by all, the two couples find happiness with each other, and Tony successfully gains his rightful inheritance without an unwanted engagement. With this information, I conclude this lesson. Thank you.